glad we get to be here, Malika.
Thanks for inviting me to your beautiful home. I love it.
I'm glad to have you. I think your story is inspiring.
I appreciate you for that.
Your transition, like to technology.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but
But you helped facilitate it.
I did.
You did.
But I don't even know how it came about. Like, how did you even fall into
Tech.
becoming a tech girl or
So,
tech chick? I'm sorry if it's.
just kind of, looking for something else to do other than pouring drinks.
Hmm.
Love it. Pour star, number one. But um transition, you're getting older, you got responsibilities. Bartender doesn't come with a 401k.
But how did you even come up with that idea? Like, you could have,
So,
if you were looking for stuff.
and I wasn't looking for tech because I was completely ignorant to technology. I knew how to open up a computer. I
Hmm.
knew how to get on the Googles.
Hmm.
And I knew how to, get on the YouTube or, watch stream a movie or anything. But that was the kind of precipice of what I could do with the computer. I
Hmm.
had a homegirl who, one of my good friends, hey Ebony, um, she introduced me to tech. She was like, "Girl,
Do I know her?
I don't think you've ever met it. You may. She worked at Dugan's for a little while, just for a little while though.
Ebony.
You would have to see her in order. Tall, slim, dark skinned, real beautiful young lady.
Okay.
Okay. She was looking for a career change. She was like, "Girl, what are we finna do about money?" And I was like, "Girl, I don't know." She was like, "Cause this bartending and this ain't hit, and we got to figure it out."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah, we do." She was like, so I saw this class at Georgia Tech for
That's right.
cybersecurity.
That's right. Because
It's
I came to the.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was, and she was like, she gave me the amount, and she was like, "Put your application in and take your test." You tested in.
So you had to test in.
You had to test in. And remember, this was one of these days I had looked over the test, but completely ignorant as to what these words were or what these things meant. Like, what is this? What is that? I don't know what this is. This doesn't make sense. Came to work out with you the next day. Rich, why you got me doing some strange shit that you used to make up in the gym? You
Yeah.
used to have me doing weird stuff,
Some
but
people don't know I used to be a trainer.
oh, he still is.
Mm. I just trained myself.
Yeah, whatever. He trains everything, minds, bodies, everything. He's a good guy. You're a good guy. So training, and I'm like, Rich, huh, I think I'm gonna do this class. And you was like, what? What are you talking about? And I'm like, this. And you was like, okay, that sounds good. And I'm not a techie. And I'm like, not at all.
Hmm.
And I was like, there's a question on there. And I said, well, what is bandwidth? And you was like, what? And I was like, well, what is bandwidth? One of the terms that's, pretty prevalent over,
In
in
technology.
technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I had no clue, none at all. So you explained, we stopped working, we went back in your office in the back, and I pulled out my little old raggedy computer that a friend of mine refurbished.
Right. But
Old
it
computer.
did the trick though.
Yeah, it did the trick. So, and you were explaining some things to me that night. I went home and I took that test, and I got a 95 on the test. They sent me a letter and said, guess what? No one has ever scored a 95 on this.
Really?
Absolutely. Welcome. And I was like,
Congratulations.
well, is
I
that
didn't
what I do? Is
I
that
didn't
what I
even
can
know it
do?
was an entry exam.
There was.
So you were studying for it at the time.
I was. I was trying to, but it was just, like I said, it was just kind of mishap, a nomenclature, because it was above me at that time.
Right.
It was completely above me. I had no, like I said, none.
Right.
Could turn it on, hit that power, go to the Googles,
Right. Go to the Googles. Right.
go to the YouTube.
That's crazy.
And that was that. As a cybersecurity engineer, and here we go,
Nice.
doing my thing.
But you still kind of like being a poor queen.
Listen, that's the fun part about it.
Yeah.
That's the brain work over there. That's the side that it's like, okay, put thinking caps on. I don't
Yeah,
know if people still do thinking caps,
yeah,
but you put your brain on in the morning for that. And you're focused. It's like, okay, you
yeah,
got to do this, you got to do this. What is this? What is this encryption? What is this? What is that?
yeah.
Am I sending the right stuff to these people? Like, what? You know what I mean?
You do want to turn that off sometimes.
And you do.
Yeah,
And you do.
and
You have to turn the noise off. And then it's like when you work from home, a lot of times you can kind of get kind of stuck or complacent or whatever because you're just in those same walls all the time. So
you're in your head.
that's right. So you have to find some sort of outlet
Yeah,
to, feel free, feel human, to be able to, speak to people, to normal human interaction. So that's why I still bartend. I love it,
yeah,
because I enjoy being around people.
yeah. It's a completely opposite perspective and mindset, like going from the tech, because everything you're kind of internal. You're in your
That's
head.
right. You are.
You know what I
And
mean?
you figure it out pretty much on your own.
Yeah,
You figure it out, and then you do that first pass and see if that works, that second pass and see if that works, that third one, because I'm a three-turn girl, you know what I mean? Let me make sure, you know what I mean? I read once, I scan over again, and then I try to like kind of compartmentalize things, and then I go back over it one more time, just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. You
right.
know what I mean? So I enjoy that aspect because it's kind of detailed oriented, but I kind of enjoy that.
Right. But you
So
switch it up a
with
couple of times a week.
that's right.
That's a good balance, man.
That's right.
Mentally, like that's what when I was doing karaoke, that's what it was doing for me. It was like a complete shift.
Change, yeah.
Like I'm more focused outside
You can have that creative side of you.
on people
That's right.
and be creative and focus on people because I mean, engineering is creative too
It is.
because it's creative but it's so internal.
It's internal,
You
and
know,
that's the difference.
It's a little bit after you finish creating or working, you go external and you talk to
Whomever.
whoever,
Yeah,
the
and
team or
sometimes it
whatever.
could just be empty rhetoric or just empty banter or whatever. But just that human connection, we
Yeah,
need that. We
yeah,
crave that.
yeah.
But that's why I continue to pour.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
But
I enjoy talking to people, and then also with bartender, you're not just a bartender.
Right.
You're a nurse. You're a
Right.
therapist.
Yeah.
You are, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
you're somebody's best friend, and you
Yeah.
don't even know their name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're everything
Yeah.
to the people that you are providing for.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. You just never know, who you may encounter bartending.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what kind of kind words that you can give to someone that may make them reroute what they're doing. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because when I was working at Dugan's, I've had customers come in and say to me, I sat in here the other day and I was about to jump. And the dude was like, listen, I was at the very, very end of my rope. And I came in here and sat down with you. And you showed me so much love and grace and kindness that I thought that it would be selfish to do that to me, or to the people that I love. So they came back that next day and brought flowers and, and was just kind of grateful. And it is good when you can really impact someone else and you don't necessarily know that you are providing some sort of functionality or
Yeah,
guidance or a
yeah.
gift for someone who
Or
may
an
be
outlet.
or an outlet. Yeah. And those things are always needed because you never know what somebody is going through. Like I tell people, before you curse somebody out or before you say rude words, slow down.
Yeah.
You don't know what that person's going through.
Yeah.
Granted, they don't know what you're going through,
True.
but you still have your wherewithal.
Yeah.
You still have your right mind intact.
Yeah.
So you can slow down.
Yeah.
Push pause,
Yeah.
step back, shut these.
And you can't control what they
Shut these
do.
and open these.
You can only control what you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shut these, open these. And be empathetic.
Yeah.
And listen. Because sometimes that's all people need. And and that's sometimes how to save a life.
True.
And the life you save, sometimes it may be your own. If you can, slow down the noise, be quiet, listen. and you can gather some of those things, so. And
So
don't ever stop. Don't ever stop, because like I said, you just never know what a person goes through on a day-to-day basis that could be triggering, and I know it's not necessarily for you to worry about what someone else is going through, but as a human, or just being a kind person.
what have you been like struggling with since you come into the tech industry? I think you brought this up before about being the go-to person.
Yeah. So you have to also be mindful of the roles that you tend to take on. Be mindful of what your job description is. Well, this is just for job.
Yeah,
Know your job description. And when you choose to go above and beyond, guess what? You propelled yourself to that level.
yeah,
And it may not come with that residual.
yeah, yeah.
But now you have propelled yourself here, and now you feel obligated to do these things that aren't um
It's not
that
really.
it's not it's not my role.
It's really not in your scope.
Exactly. It's out of my scope.
It's out of your scope.
But I do tend to go above and beyond to see, to try to filter out some of the noise,
But
to make it easier for some things. But it creates an issue. And I would always say stick to the guidelines.
Yeah.
Stick to your description. Don't deviate. Don't deviate. Because once you deviate, you put a title on yourself, and that's what you become. And it pushes and it presses, and it can completely drain your being, because you feel like you want to give. "Oh, let me help, but
Yeah.
not really.
yeah.
Who are you helping?
But
What are you helping?
I think
And then I do it for a learning aspect too.
yeah, but I look at that differently.
Okay.
Having a label in any job, like a positive label, like a label that you're able to do something, that's a good thing. Like you that's a marketing aspect for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you put out your resume later, if you don't have something like that, what is your worth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you could tell people that I am, you know, go to, I forget what that title you told me.
Go get it, girl.
Go get it, girl. But it was another one. Wasn't it another one? Well, whatever it is, like you've picked up a reputation.
Yeah.
And
Give it to Malika. She'll go get it.
that's money. That's money.
Give it to her. We gonna eat.
Why would you want to have, my thing is, why would anybody want to have a reputation of does the bare minimum? You know what I'm saying?
And I won't necessarily say do the bare minimum.
Nah, I know, but
You ain't always
in a
gotta-
roundabout way, like you're saying, I don't think a person. Here's what my experience has been. Right, coming up, as an engineer. If like you most, and this is not just engineering, it's any job. They create a job description, right?
Yes.
But they don't know necessarily.
No.
No.
What you have to do.
They don't know what other areas they're going to need you.
Absolutely.
And you also don't know if the description that you was hired for is gonna become like useless. Like maybe you did all the work and you're all finished.
Yeah.
So there's an option when you get to that point. Like, hey, Malika, can we use you over here?
Yeah, you can.
If not, this work is done.
Right.
So we either let you go
Or you can come do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, I
people
never
up top are saying, well, we're already spending the money, so let's use her over here.
Never thought about it in that aspect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't think it's a bad thing to build a label that you could do this, and you get hired because you can do things.
You're right about that.
Even if it was a business, if you do a business service,
Right.
you get hired on a contract because you could do something. Nobody hires somebody that can't do anything.
You're right about
Yeah.
that. You have a service.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like you being in this,
Okay, so I guess I am my own entity.
well, you could be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with
Going above and beyond every
never.
now and again. And one of the reasons that I would do those types of things is because it would you learn something different.
Yeah.
You learn more. And knowledge base for me, I love it. I love expanding and expounding on things that I don't know, things that, I may not have been interested in, but you read it and say, oh, okay, that makes sense. I can contribute this, and this because I now know this, and this. So yeah, you're right. Never
Yeah.
thought about it like that,
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah, that's dope that you experiencing that this early. Like, how many years have you been in it?
Almost five.
5 years.
Almost five now.
Yeah, and you gotta,
And I mean, I'm talking about from an infant crawling,
yeah,
wanting to stick fingers or things inside of plugs or wanting to taste everything that's on the floor
yeah,
to here
yeah,
I am. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
Yay me.
yeah, yeah. Because you, like I said, you could be,
Can do anything. I can take what I have learned. I work for the number 3 top tech companies in the world.
yeah. You can't beat it. You can't beat
Yeah.
it. There's nothing
And they
wrong.
ain't let me go. I'm still there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they lay off,
in tough times.
in tough times. They do,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful that I have been, able to, me and my team have been able to hang on because we provide so much, So I guess a part of my team, we are pretty much, kind of like research. We do the research, we provide, business continuity, we provide security and compliance, to other companies. I'm internal, so I don't necessarily work out, with, I
Other
don't,
other customers.
that's right.
Yeah.
So just internally, but we provide so much, and the people that we work for are always so grateful for us because we turn things around for them. They're looking at deals that's, $70,000 or $2 million or this or that, and they're relying on me to push these things through to make sure everything is in compliance, to make sure that they have all of the ins and outs and all of the things that they need. And I have learned, to provide these things and know how to go and get it quickly and to, get those things moving for the company.
You feeling some doubt yesterday?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, doubt comes in because yes, I have been here for a while and it is stressful, with I guess onboarding new things and having to learn new skills and to still to be able to do your main stuff, and then you add on things that you had no idea about. This is like we've just picked up another whole team of work. The team is gone. These are things that we don't do, but it's now our responsibility.
Right.
So it's like, they here you go. Here's the information. Read over it. Good. We read over. Okay, we've got a meeting on this day. Okay, we're onboarding everything for this. Here it is. This is what it is. Very quickly. You know what I mean? You get it? If not, we're going to record it. We'll send it back to you. You can watch it again. You know what I mean? But this is like coming from a team that has been working on something for the life of the company that you're with, and now it's being put in your lap. And then to be able to kind of pick those things up and keep that company going, it's always, you know what I mean, you feel good about it, but in the same breath, it's like, good God.
Yeah.
It can become overwhelming,
Yeah.
So there are times that I dream in binary codes.
Yeah. It ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what I mean? Zeros, ones.
Yeah, I know. But
So-
I think that's not a bad thing when you so deep in it.
Yeah.
Is when it's in your brain like that.
But what I'm saying is I don't want to dream about that at night.
I feel you.
Yeah, I like to see something fun in there.
I think
Yeah.
it's temporary.
And it is.
And all it is to me, like I have this concept that I think about sometime where, when they talk about money, they talk about compounded interest.
That's right.
But I never hear anybody talk about compounded interest when it comes to knowledge.
You know?
So when you learn something,
You just said something.
yeah. So when you learn something, you don't really understand it yet fully.
No, you don't. And I don't think that you could ever really fully understand
You
anything
can,
because
you can.
things are ever
Yeah,
changing.
but hear what I'm saying.
Yes.
You have to put that knowledge in the bank.
And that's where it
You
goes.
have to you have to invest in it. You have to invest it in your brain and let it sit. And the longer it sits, the more it compounds and the more it makes sense. So if you're falling asleep and these things are coming up in your sleep, it's being internalized and becoming a part of your brain where you can eventually spit it out naturally. And you've only captured it for however long. It's been a couple of weeks or a
Capture
couple.
packets.
Right. So it's only been a short time that you've had this in your brain.
Yeah.
So I think people miss the fact that that's what the experience part is. In the beginning, you learn something and you think you know it, but you didn't really fully understand it until it sits in your brain for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and that knowledge compounds over time.
Exponentially.
Yes.
And you
And
get so much, and then now you're kind of comfortable with it. You
and
can
that's
just,
when you become powerful in your career. And that's when you get to a point where you say, I command, like they have a thing called a principal engineer,
yes,
right?
yes,
It's a super high level,
absolutely.
right? They also have things called technical fellows,
Right.
right? You're at 5 years. So, like, the things that you've learned haven't marinated, they haven't compounded for. So, like, take this little symptom of learning and just let it flow, because over time it's going to be part of you becoming principal engineer or
Right.
whatever the high
It
levels
becomes, it
of
becomes,
cybersecurity are.
it becomes a part of the root.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just know it so
It's
well.
baked
You
in
start to speak about it the way you
fluently,
speak about being a
easily.
poor queen. Like
Absolutely.
you've poured drinks for how many years?
Oh God, good God.
Right. So you don't even have to think about it.
Right.
And
No.
and you
Blindfolded.
understand, yeah,
Yeah.
like you understand why you shouldn't put this with that.
Right.
And that, like, I was trying to make you something before. I don't know nothing about that. So you tell me what to put with what. You know what I'm saying? But you could be the same way
With
at some point
technology.
with technology, because like you said, these documents are huge. That's the reason why it takes so long to become at a higher level,
It
because
does.
it take 15, 10, 20 years
Yeah.
for you to read so many of them documents. Now you become that document.
And to become thorough with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then it's like me, like I said, two eyes, one mouth, two ears. I'm gonna read that thing twice. You know, I'm gonna listen to myself read it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then I'll regurgitate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What I found.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. Anything that I do believe that anything that you do want
Yeah.
or anything that you are interested in, I mean, just put your toe in the water first.
Yeah.
Fill it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and drop those little legs and feet in there, and then you
Yeah.
submerge yourself,
Yeah.
and then you just become a part of the pool.
Yeah. Yeah. David Goggins would say, go head first.
Baby,
David Goggins would be like, don't peek through the door.
dive in.
Kick the fucking door down.
That's right. You know what?
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I do.
That's what he say.
Yeah, and that's the truth. But I'm still a slow girl.
It's all good.
Ease. Now there are some things that I just be like, okay, here we go,
Yeah,
boom,
head first.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, when you hit that concrete and bust that head and get you some and become a part of that road and get you some, what they call it,
Kill.
road burn,
Oh.
road when you on a motorcycle or something and
Oh,
you
yeah,
skin yourself,
yeah,
road
yeah.
something.
I
But
don't
yeah.
know, but I know.
Yeah, or you riding on a bicycle and you hit that concrete with a pair of shorts on, that concrete
yeah.
asphalt tear your skin all off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Road rash. That's what it is.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Road
I never
rash.
rode a motorcycle.
Okay, I ain't well. I've ridden one once.
I thought
Never do
about
it
it.
again. But bicycles. I mean, same thing. Bicycles,
Yeah,
skates,
yeah,
big
yeah.
wheels.
Oh,
Back in
yeah.
the day, if you rode a big wheel.
Yeah, I didn't scrape my. Did have a big wheel when I was a kid.
Yeah, if you
I
or a
think
tricycle, and if you scraped your stuff up,
I had a
that's
Huffy.
huh?
I had a Huffy. You know what a Huffy
I
is?
do know what a Huffy is. The
Yes.
Huffy bike.
Yes.
I had one too. It was pink and it had those pink and white little tassels on the side.
Yeah,
It
we
had a
used to have.
pink
Do they still do? They don't do that no more.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Do kids even ride bikes these days?
Nah,
Not really.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
It's all about
Well, see, Bryce,
gaming.
my son, he still rides bikes, and he actually rides skateboards too. So
Oh, you
real
use
rap.
Gemini?
Hmm.
Okay.
You turn me on.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard good things about Claude.
I've never used Clyde.
I've heard good things, and the
No.
dude that said it to me, he's a pretty smart dude. He's not a tech dude, but
He's efficient.
he's a cool dude. Yeah, he don't do tech, but I've heard good things about Claude. Um,
And then it's like, I'm kind of biased because of the field that I'm in, because I do see how it is, kind of um, depreciate depreciated humans value. By which I'm meaning the company that I'm with just laid off 4,000 people because AI can do those things.
yeah,
But that's a lot. You got to think about it. That's 4,000 people that have to. You don't know like their status, their
yeah,
ages, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, can you imagine really being a 64-year-old person or 57-year-old person and you get laid off?
yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. I
And the
don't
thing
know
is, and
that it.
I also believe that with the right usage, it can be helpful.
Yeah,
And you don't have to, streamline those jobs out of the door. You can kind of reintegrate those things with other stuff as opposed to just simply relying on, an artificial intelligence because it is very artificial.
yeah, it's artificial, but
And it can be correct or it cannot be
it
correct.
cannot. It can be wrong, but there's different ways to look at it. Like, first of all, we don't know those people's severance package.
Yeah, no, we don't.
You know what I mean?
Hey, hey now.
And how many times do we say, "Oh, I'm sick of this. I want to do something else. I want to leave this job."
And you may have gotten your answer.
And you got your answer now, and
Right.
it's gone. Now what? Now you like, no, I want my job.
Yeah, because you're complicit to that,
But you asked for it,
and now you get it.
and you got
So
it.
here you go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
always, and that's another thing. Here we go. So since we're speaking on that, not to switch sides. Yeah. Don't speak of anything that.
Make sure you want it.
That's right.
Watch what you speak.
Watch what you say. Them
Yeah.
words are powerful, and I have learned that. I have
Yeah.
learned a conundrum about speaking things. Yeah, because your words are powerful. That's
Yeah.
why they call it. I remember I used to play a game called Speaking Spells. Never knew that the word speaking
You talking about that little
is called Speaking Spell.
electronic thing?
Yes, the ET game.
That was my thing.
Mine too. But you never
The
really
thing that used
thought
to be
about.
like A, B.
That's right. That's
C.
right. So here it is. When you're speaking spells, what are spells?
And then you had to.
And what is spelling?
Did you run it across
Absolutely.
I forgot all about that thing.
Yeah. So, and it's like you have to work. You have to think about back to your childhood. Like
Yeah.
my grandmother would always say, "Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Watch what you say. Be mindful of the things that you say to people. You curse them with your words, and you're not necessarily. That's not your intention."
Yeah. What could you tell other people or women about how they could transition into tech? Like, because I feel like a lot of people. I was
And
telling
not
you that's
even
like,
not even just necessarily to tech, but to transition. Period.
well, the transition, but reason why I say tech, first of all, because I've been in tech.
You have.
I
Yeah.
don't really
That's
call it
you.
tech, but I've been.
And I'm not a
engineering.
techie.
Right,
But
you
you
are.
are. No, I work in tech. I'm not a techie. You are a techie.
I think you are. You just don't know it
I
yet.
unplug sometimes. Like
I do too.
no, you can't. You're wired.
Well, that I mean, being wired, I don't know if that makes you a techie, but what is a techie then? I like to be wired.
So here we go. So that's your
I
preference.
like technology, but I don't think we're talking about work though.
Worth, right?
We're talking about work, not worth.
Worth,
Work.
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 Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about people transitioning into tech
Yes.
or like you saying anything, but I kind of want to focus on tech. Reason why I say tech is because a lot of us
We run
that
from it.
look like us don't. First of all, there's two strikes. A lot of us don't like tech.
No,
We don't like STEM.
no,
We don't like science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
no. And that's something that we do every day on a consistent basis. And just, when it becomes a job, it becomes a job.
Right. So number two, the reason I focus on tech is because a lot of times tech or STEM, I like to call it, doesn't necessarily like us.
Because
But they do need us.
so here it is and I think with tech, a lot of people sway from it because it's vast and it's never the same day to day. You're
It
not
might,
gonna It's not the same day to
it,
day.
it, it
You're
depends on
gonna
what area of tech you are. But I think with us,
We're malleable.
our culture, I believe our culture ridicules being smart. It's like things like you think too much or you're a nerd. Like all these things are criticized.
And seeing those things are sexy to me. Call me a nerd, baby.
Well,
Yes.
but yeah,
But I'm different.
you could
Yeah.
say to you, but we're
Yeah.
talking about the general
In
culture.
general.
So,
Yes.
and I'm just speculating on why we don't typically go that way, and that's why I like you as an example, telling people how you transitioned into tech, and you're you're happy
Yeah.
to a degree.
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
happy with the rewards you're
I
getting.
do. I am.
It doesn't
And
come with some
it
frustrations.
does, but the thing that I think that I not think the thing that I enjoy most about technology is that it is ever changing. That, there's always an opportunity to learn something different. I mean, it's so vast. You can pick, pin needles and find your direction through any one of
Yeah,
those little pinpoint canals,
yeah,
and you can get yourself up in there and
yeah,
you can explode.
yeah,
And then, like, once you gain the knowledge of what you are focusing on, do you not know
yeah,
do you not know how that
yeah,
thing just kind of opens
yeah,
up like a beautiful flower in the
yeah,
morning when the sun hit it?
yeah, yeah.
So it's that for me.
But you were talking about another. I don't know if it's a roadblock. It could be, but it's something that was bothering you yesterday. You talking about age and feeling um, like you don't. Was it that you don't know enough at such? You're just learning
Yeah.
at such age. I ain't gonna say that's for you to
I
say or not.
listen. I'm not. Listen. 1977.
Yeah,
So here we go. Do the math. And it's difficult because I wasn't born with a USB cord as a umbilical cord. You know what I mean? So these kids now, they come out, you give them a iPad or something of that nature, or a phone or something. So these kids, this is hardwired into them. You know what I mean? That's not, I'm an outside ride my bike, jump rope, get your butt back in the house before dog, type girl. So it wasn't. It was because I was not. It was okay. So it was scary for me because it was unknown. You know what I mean? And it was something that, for me, oh gosh, I don't like to delve into challenges because I don't like to fail. And a lot of times I'll say no to things because in my heart or in my head, I feel like I can't do it. So no is always the excuse for not even putting your toe in the water. So
That's a lot of people.
okay,
I think.
okay,
You know, some people might say, "Oh, you pick apart too much," but a lot of people, I think, like to not try hard
that's right.
because you could say, "Yeah, I failed, but I wasn't even trying."
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Or I just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
But listen, I've got some stories, honey. There have been tests that I have taken 3, 4, 5 times, flunked them every time,
Yeah.
and then on that sixth time,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
she come through like that queen, and it gives you that confidence. So people, I would say, for instances like that, what I have learned is stop kind of divulging your goals to someone who is just on the outside.
Yeah.
If you've got a key person in your life, divulge those to them. Girl, I'm scared to take this test, but I'm gonna do it and I want to, but I think I'm gonna fail. And if I fail, I'm gonna do it again. And you got that one person that comes and say, girl, bitch, fail 5 times and get yourself back up 5 times.
Yeah.
And then you get up again a 6th time and you do it again. So your failure for me is a quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You've never failed until you quit.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
So
now being 5 years in, are you feeling like the 50 thing is like is that I'm only saying the number
I understand.
as
No,
the math that you
it's
just
not,
gave.
listen, and that's what it is. Listen, it is what it is.
But is that in your head now? Like as you're going
So
through
it's
this,
not in
you
my.
feeling late, or
Yes, I do
are you
feel.
feeling like it's making it hard for you to learn? Sorry to cut you.
No worries.
Or anything like that? Is that
So I do. A person of my age, I kind of know how I learn. Yeah, and it'll take me a couple of times to get it. I'll read through something and I'll retain that knowledge. You read through it to get through it, just to get a grasp or a synopsis of what you're doing, and then you go through that second pass. But the second pass that you're going through, you're pulling out key factors. Okay, they're talking about this. This is that. You putting that into your, you of course you have your little notes on the side. Okay, and you write down a keyword. Okay, we write down a keyword. We write down a keyword. Okay, and then you get your keywords and all your things, all you got your notes to the side, and then you read that passage again. Okay, so at this point, that third pass, it should kind of be like, okay, got it. It makes sense, and then you've got your side notes, and you go back and you look up what those things mean, and then you tie those things in back to what you read. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what type of learner you are. You know what I mean? And I'm a very avid reader, so I
right?
enjoy reading. You've been to the house. She don't really watch TV.
Yeah.
Ain't no TVs in the house. House is kind of boring. But it's books though. So, and if I want to watch something, I'll pull up the YouTubes
Yeah, right.
for some
The
background.
YouTubes, yeah. The internets.
Yeah, the internets. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Do that from time to time, and but other than that, yeah, no. After because you need your quiet time as well too. To unplug. But
Yeah, I feel like you're an inspiration.
don't say that to me.
Yeah. I mean, you transitioned that in midlife. You transitioned to STEM in midlife.
It's completely started over. Divorced.
Yeah.
Had to move, new place. Grab my kids up, go somewhere else, put them in different schools. I got a kid now, about to graduate from college in December. I got a middle kid that's in college, and I got a boy.
What's she doing?
That's
What's she doing? The graduate? What's her major?
Liz, child, I couldn't even tell you. I'm not that smart.
Okay.
But her program is a 5-year degree program. She got in initially off of academics and a band scholarship.
I feel
she
like
was
it
in
was
the band.
It's a STEM thing, isn't it?
So Liz is agricultural engineering.
That's STEM. All day.
And vet med.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's STEM.
So that's her stuff. She loves her goats and her chickens. So she's like, Mom, you got to get out of this apartment. I don't think I've ever lived in an apartment. And I've got one now at almost 50.
I don't.
I did have an apartment once when I was in my early 20s, coming out of college.
I
First
don't.
apartment.
You know, I think everything is a season for everything. It's a
Yeah,
reason and a season.
it is.
Like you don't. I don't think you always have to have a house.
And you don't. And it's
Yeah.
it's for what you want. Like I love the amenities where I am, but I love this more. And I do
Appreciate
miss
it.
having
Yeah.
my own home with my own rules
Yeah.
and my own things like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
and the neighbors that likes to move furniture from midnight to 3 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning. I don't.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's pros and
While I just
cons.
want to go to sleep and y'all over here banging on the walls.
Yeah. Like when I had my house in Virginia, when I got out of it, I didn't necessarily sell it, but I rented it
I remember you telling me
and I
this.
moved into an apartment in South Carolina.
Okay.
I was kind of relieved to be in that apartment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like
you ain't got to really pay for stuff, but then they can come in and out.
they
it's-
can't, no, not necessarily. They still have to let you know when they're coming.
They do,
They
but
can't just
then-
come in. But this is what I liked. The issues, I still was responsible for the issues in the house. But I wasn't responsible for keeping it clean, maintaining it. I wasn't responsible for like cutting the grass.
That's the best
You know what I'm
part.
saying?
Yeah.
And I had an apartment that was, I looked for something like this. I had a condo style apartment.
Okay.
So there was nobody upstairs. Like all the apartments were one level. And so I only had one person or two people. I had nobody upstairs. I think I had maybe a corner unit. So I only had one person to worry about
Okay.
in terms of like noise. So I was really relieved to have an apartment.
I understand.
You know what I mean? It was nice. It was small. You know,
It was quaint. It was what you.
yeah. All I
it
had to do was pay my
efficient.
rent,
And I'm good.
and when stuff broke,
Hello, come
Hey.
fix my dishwasher.
you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being responsible for everything.
Listen, I understand.
You know,
I get it.
so it really sometimes there's a season for everything. You know.
And you're right about that. A reason, a season,
Yeah.
a time and a place.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we want to have our money going. You know, in terms of money,
Definitely.
we want it going in the right place. But
Absolutely.
sometimes you just want to.
Just. I
You just
wanna
want to
be free.
let somebody else be responsible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Malika, what advice do you have for people thinking about transitioning to tech or whatever,
Any kind of transition.
any kind of transition? Because you went through a big transition, and I feel like you came out a warrior. Not to say that you're not having some challenges along the
course.
way. That's
Every day.
But-
we face those, and you learn from all of those things. So, and I think that's the thing that I really do enjoy the most. You learn from your challenges. You learn what you know, and you learn what you don't know. You know what I mean? So, I think that that's a good thing. I mean, for me, I don't know. I
mean,
learn
like,
from my mistakes.
did you have haters when you finally?
I can't, not with the company that I'm with.
No, as you were
As I was testing
coming
and
out
schooling
of
and doing my school,
getting through it.
I'm gonna say I don't like to push that narrative on anybody or anything.
I feel it.
But there were times that people would renege or say they would do and would not, and they knew that I had obligations. But I would never say that haters, because that never really matters. Because I
right.
mean, what
Right.
yeah.
But what
What
kind
they
of
eat
obstacles?
don't make me shit.
Yeah. What kind of obstacles would you tell, like maybe a younger lady, or even someone your age or someone older that's thinking about trying something new,
I would always say,
trying a new career,
um,
like what fear or obstacle did you encounter that?
and then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say, oh, Rich, here I go. Faith or fear, and that's always my two things. And yeah, you got to have that yin and yang. But for me, if you got faith, what are you afraid of? Like, you're afraid of failing, or you're afraid of no. Like, are you afraid of, like, what are you really afraid of? And to carry fear to me is, oh gosh, to carry fear is a it's something that I can't quite. Oh gosh,
It's not a concept for you.
no. I mean, afraid of what?
Mm-hmm.
You live and you die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you afraid of? So, test the water.
I heard.
Test it out. Challenge yourself, and the first time you tell yourself no, tell yourself yes 10 times. Like the first time you say I can't, tell yourself 10 times I can. Because it's nothing that a person cannot do. You're never inadequate. You're never, no matter where you are in life. I've been through a lot. I've been
Mm-hmm.
through it. No matter where you are in life, even when you're at your rock bottom and everything looks desolate. And when you look down, all you see is a deep, dark, empty hole. Look, dive in. And where you land is where you land.
The real Malika came out.
Listen, I'm just saying. I mean, all you gotta do is and slide down that hole, and here we go. I landed here. I can go left, right, front, back.
Yeah, yeah,
Which way I'm gonna go? I got some direction now.
yeah,
So, I don't, I don't, I don't be scared.
yeah,
I ain't never scared.
yeah, yeah,
Ain't never scared.
yeah.
Grady baby.
Yeah, she
I ain't
said it.
scared.
Grady baby.
I ain't scared. Scared of nothing. They be like, I'm scared of a roach. Step on it. Scared of this daddy long leg. Pick it up by the leg, throw it out the door. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let the fear factor hold you back. It could be a, procrastination piece for you, or like excuses. Assholes. Everybody's got one. So, you pick and you choose. Choose wisely. And then if you choose wrong, maybe if you come through on the end, you choose the other option.
Mm-hmm.
And try to figure that thing out. So
Appreciate your wise words, Malika.
I don't know if they're wise,
They're
but
wise. Thanks for being on.
I appreciate you for letting me be here.
Let's do it again sometime.
Love you, Rich.
Love you too.